welcome to the Blue Note Fan Report Intermission Show. It is 1-1 Blues. We got the first shot Blues again. 5 times this season we have given up a first goal on the first shot. It's one of those that happens. Okay, then you gotta recover, and that's what I think the Blues did, and they did very well. We'll go over the stats here in a little bit. And then you got Dakota Joshua getting that goal. He just got called up. I don't know what it is, man. These guys get called up, and well, away they go. They do what they got to do. Sammy says missed opportunities, and we're just playing nonchalantly. I don't know about that, Sammy. I don't feel like that. We are playing not good. I don't feel that way. This game doesn't have the emphasis on it that I would feel. It's a West Coast game. It's got that laid back feeling to it, and I felt that. I dislike his dislike of Kyrou is growing. You're one of the few. A lot of people really like Kyrou. Power play almost got a goal there late. Hope we convert it early in the second. The power play looked really good today. I'll be honest with you. I know we're 0 for 2, but it still looked good. It looked like they were getting shots, and they just got robbed there. So you take what you can. Brandon. Hey, Brandon, how you doing, buddy? They're playing solid in my eyes. I'm kind of with you there, Brandon. I thought they were too. Look, goals are going to get given up. It's going to happen. It happens all the time. You're going to give up a goal in the first shot. It's going to happen. It's not about the goals you give up. It's about the ones you don't. And you know what? Then they came back and did what they had to do. You look at the stats, and we'll do that here real quick. Take a look at that. So the Blues got 11 shots, had 5 blocked, missed the net 5 times, had 4 hits, 1 giveaway. Great. There's a good thing. 3 takeaways. They were 7 for 8 on the faceoffs, 47% to 53%. Sharks only allowed 9 shots. For a while, they were keeping the shots down. Shots got 9 shots, had 2 blocked, missed the net twice, had 5 hits. They had 1 giveaway and 3 takeaways. Almost even numbers, right? Almost even numbers. I'm okay with those numbers, guys. I'm okay with those numbers. Bennington gave up a slightly soft goal. Okay, it happens. We go from there. Lambert says a rough start, but we recovered with the tying goal. Okay. Ian, how are you doing, my friend Ian? Haven't seen you in a long time. We're playing well. Tammy says, good evening. I thought they had a pretty good period. It wasn't great. Bad goal for Benner, but been strong since. So far, I agree, Matt Lowe. Why does it seem so boring? No desperate moves on either side looking for a playoff spot. It's San Jose's playing for next season. So you gotta figure that. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take in this case. There you go. Winnipeg is eliminated. Yeah, that's up. So we're set to match up against Minnesota. The only thing up in the air is home ice advantage, right? I want that 7th man. I don't know what you mean by that there, Jason. Dale. Hey, Dale. Welcome to the show, my friend. Typical Blues first period, slow start, but second period they get their legs. Letty was sleeping on their goal. I got to look at that a little bit better, man. At least we'll get a fresh sheet of ice to continue the power play. We don't have a lot of power play time left, right? We don't have a lot of power play time left. I think that's going to have some effect to it. I'm trying to bring it up now. Hey, where you at? NHL Network. Give me what I need, or NHL.com. So I'm pulling it up now. We have about 45 seconds. Okay, and that's more than enough time, believe it or not. I am great, Ian. It is good to see you back on the show. We missed you. Said he had a lower body injury, wasn't feeling it. I know Torpachenko's close. He skated today, but he was sore. It's okay. That means he wants home ice. I'm not sure what you mean there, bud. Tammy, we need to come out in the second like we really want home ice advantage in the first round. I see. We had this debate about home ice. I don't know how much home ice really means, to be honest. Right? I really don't know how much it means. Some people think it means something, some don't, and that's fine. That what I want here is you have. I'm not sure what you mean there, Cammy, by that. He said he wants the seventh man. I'm not sure where you're at there. Doesn't I want that seventh man. I'm not sure what that means there, boss. Uh-oh. Here he is, the man, the length, the legend, Mr. Lance Discard.
Hey, Guy, how are you?
Hey, Lance, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad.
So, Benner gave up a soft goal. Happens, right?
Yeah, it does happen, and it's just a shame because it's one of those goals that he's probably made 1,000 times, 2,000 times in his lifetime. It's just a discipline thing. It's a mind thing. You know, You've got to put that puck down when you got your legs spread like that and you're down on your pads. You've got to, because they're going to beat you 99.9% of the time.
Yep. I'm with you. It's not. Oh, the crowd. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a little off. The crowd is the seventh man. Okay, so they want the seventh man. So there's a couple people we've been talking about this, about them wanting the seventh man against Minnesota. I don't know if it matters. I really don't.
It doesn't matter. I mean, go back over the last, let's say 40 years and see if the team that won the cup had home ice advantage throughout the playoffs.
It's rare. I mean,
it's not exactly rare, but it happens to where a lot of teams don't have home ice advantage.
Last time was 2013 with the Blackhawks.
Yeah, so that's 9 years ago, guys. It doesn't mean really anything. I mean, it just doesn't.
Well, here's what it means to me. Do you know what home ice means? More money in the Blues' pockets. More money, and I know that sounds bad, but you get that money. That money helps you do things like the giveaways and all of that stuff. That money helps you limit your losses. It helps make up for that. I think there's a lot of things out there that it helps the city, the revenue it brings in. I agree with that, and I think that's what I'll be okay with that. And in that part of it, I'm okay there. And I'm trying to
I've got no problem with the team making money, and that, if people want them to have home ice advantage for that, I mean, that's nice. And I don't know if you've noticed this, Guy, but over here on Facebook Marketplace and eBay, there are people that went to the game the other night. They got the rings.
Yeah.
And they're trying to sell them for $200 or $300. I'm going to tell you what the Blues paid for those 12,000 rings. They paid under $5 a piece. It was somewhere between $3 and $5 a piece.
Yeah, I was a little more than that.
No, it wasn't. Nope, because you know how I know?
Yeah.
I can go online right now and buy 200 of them for $6 a piece.
Oh, okay.
If I buy 200.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and those hats that they give away and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking the Blues for doing it. People, don't get me wrong. I think it's great that they give stuff away. It's just not as expensive to do that as people think it is. Now, like with a coffee cup, something like that, a nice tumbler, it's going to cost them quite a bit more than that, But I just think people are funny thinking they can get $200 to $300 for that ring.
Well, here's a good point. Jason Nichols says, if it doesn't matter, why do all our players praise the fans for giving them momentum? That is a good point. Right.
Well, here's my question. What are they going to say when somebody says, what'd you think about the fans tonight? They're going to say, oh, they didn't mean a damn thing. We don't care about that.
No, I get that. I get that too. I get that some of it's player speak, but it's also
I played all these years, and no, I did not play in front of 20,000. I think the most people I ever played in front of was about 3,000 to 4,000 people. I could care less about it. And maybe some players think it's great, but you're taught if people talk to you after the game, whether it's a local paper, whatever it is, when they talk to you after the game and you're at home, you're taught to praise the fans. That's what you're told to do. And these guys have done it since they were in high school and college and juniors.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Chardonnay
Depends on the players, though. Some players enjoy the fans and some don't care. I mean, that's true.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I didn't pay any attention to the fans.
Right.
I just, if you're focusing so much on that game, I think the only time the players really pay attention is after it when they do the 3 stars. That's when they really appreciate it.
Oh, I can see that too.
Yeah.
I'm having TV issues today. The stream is not very good. It keeps locking
up. And I
me.
saw somebody earlier saying that the Blues had a bad period. I don't think they had a bad period.
No.
I just don't think they played a great period.
No, they didn't play. They played somewhere between a average period and a good period.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right. I'll put it there.
Nothing jumped off at me where I can go, dang, that player was just great in that period.
Yeah, no one was great. Well, I'll take that back. I thought Joshua, when he was on the ice, was making something happen every single time.
I thought he was
that
good.
fourth line of Joshua, who's on it now? Joshua, Brown, and Walker.
Walker, yep.
Has really been out there doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you what, we're going to be one of the few teams that go into the playoffs rolling 4 lines. Right?
They're all going to roll. They're all going to roll 4 lines. It just depends on if is your 4 line going to be able to take up some of those heavy minutes that you're going to need them to take in the playoffs. Because we're going to. Yeah, we're going to have to. If you can get a 4th line and those 4th line guys average between 8 and 11 minutes a game, especially closer to 11, you're really doing something because it's going to rest your other guys. If you're 4th liners because you fall behind or only getting 6 to 8 minutes, it can really hurt you. It can wear you out.
Fourth, we average somewhere between the 8 to 10 minute mark.
Yeah.
In the 4th line, and that's
you've got to if you want to be successful.
No, and that's the thing. I think even when we get behind, we shouldn't. That's the one thing that I think that we need to realize with our 4th line is even if we get behind, we don't need to put them on a bench. We need to keep them playing, right?
Yeah, but when you're down by 2 goals in the 3rd period, you're not going to bring your 4th line out there very much.
I know, but we have a 4th line that can score goals. I think you need to.
Yeah, but guys, they can't.
Walker is a mix between Schwartz and
I'm going to tell you, 4th lines that can score goals.
Yeah.
A lot of times end up not doing a lot in the playoffs. 4th lines that can get physical and really do well, they can tend to really play well in the playoffs. But I mean, I'm not trying to diss our 4th line. I think we got a pretty good 4th line. And a lot of times there's different combinations on it. Like you said,
well, I'm gonna argue that a little bit because me and Dante, I don't know where he's at right now. Me and Dante were talking about this last night. That cup, if you want to know where that cup was won in the first round, game 5, by the 4th line. When Bozak gets that pass to Schwartz with minutes left. Right? And they might have been the 3rd line at the time.
That's the 3rd line because Steen was on the 4th line.
Yeah, but with minutes left, that line, that winning a game you should have lost. When you're down 0-2 going into the 3rd and come back and win it with that
3rd line was good in that 5th game.
Right. So that's the thing that I think.
And I'll give people this.
Okay, I'm wrong. It wasn't our 4th line.
I'll give people this. I think the 4th line had a huge thing to do with the Blues winning the cup too, because they scored a few goals, but they kept the other team honest, and they kept it. Steen played that defense that we were used to him doing a couple years before that. That was one of his best years in probably 2 or 3 years.
Tereshiko's asking, how do I score against Brett's Burns? You just let Burns be Burns, and you do you.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You do you. You don't worry about it. Nope. You do you. And that's the thing. When Tereshiko does Tereshiko scores. And not only that, okay, if he's playing you that way and you can't get a good pass the puck, because that means somebody else is open, right? That means Thomas is open. That means Bushnevich is open. And pass the puck and do those things.
And one thing we got to see: can Burns score? Yeah, but he's also a pretty. I mean, can he play defense? Yes, but he's known more for his scoring than defense.
he is.
He's much stronger. That's why I get upset when people say, "Well, this defenseman's better than this." Well, are you talking about offensive defenseman, or are you talking about defensive defenseman?
Yeah, no one's getting 200
No,
to 300 for those
they're
rings.
not.
I think the one that I got, somebody bought it for under $100.
I bought 2 for my son and I,
Yeah.
and they were $38 a piece because I haggled with the guy.
Well, my guy got mine right after it was a little higher then.
I got mine about 3 weeks after.
Yeah, so then, and it depending on where you got. It's a novelty. It's a great thing to have. I have a novelty World Series ring. I have the novelty National League Championship ring. I have those. Those are great.
Yeah.
It's all fun. Here's the ring. I'm surprised they actually should have gotten 2 rings that night. You know that, right?
For what?
They should have also gotten a ring for winning the Western Conference Championship.
You don't get rings for that.
Right. Well, they give out the Easter. They get the loser gets the conference ring. Yeah. Right. So actually, they should have gotten a ring for the Western Conference Championship.
Yeah, that's the
banner. The Blues put that banner up the same time that they put the same night that they put the Stanley Cup banner up and didn't do any fanfare for it whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Right. That banner's up there and it stayed there
because it doesn't matter.
Tarasenko could play an average game and still score when playing against the Blackhawks. It's insane how good he is against them. He can do it against any team. He can do that in any team. That the night was won on a hand. Oh, I've made that argument before too. There were a lot of little bitty interesting things that happened in that series, or in that run, that led to it. It was what do you call it? Just the perfect things going. Fourth line, 3 points tonight, 3 attempts, 3 hits, 2 block shots. Keep it up. Yeah. Right? Keep it up. I'm happy with the way we're playing tonight. I really am. I want to see it keep going. I want to see it continue, and can't wait for the second intermission. You going to be with me?
I'm going to try. If I'm not, I'm not feeling really good right now. So if I do lay down a little bit or sit in my recliner, I might be on without my face in it because nobody wants to see my face.
Yeah, if you can,
they just want to hear my lovely voice.
Okay, guys. See you at the second intermission.